It's coming towards the Christmas season, and of course, this is the season that you want to be around people that you love. Sometimes you reminisce about the loved ones who have passed away, and other times you think about the people who are no longer in your life. You start to think about people that you miss. It could be an ex-husband, it could be an ex-wife, it could be friends, or any other people that are dear to you. But does that mean that they will reach out? Typically, it's not the case. Most people will take their pride because life moves on. And this is the situation with Tia Mowry. Tia Mowry, as we know, is the ex-wife of Corey Hardrick, and the world is starting to make a different type of assumption on her. No longer are people bashing Corey Hardrick for why this relationship ended. More people are looking at Tia Mowry for who she is, a person who is self-aggrandizing, a person who is selfish, a person who's really caring about what she can get out of life. But then I came across this particular video, and I think this young lady here sums it up well.
Now I understand why Tia and Corey got a divorce. I definitely was one of those people who was like, girl, why did you divorce him? Da, da, da. But now I'm like, oh yeah, I understand. Because Tia is draining. She's a lot. She's a lot. And she's high maintenance. And she needs someone who's able to keep up with her. And I think it got to the point where he was like, yo, I can't. Girl, you too much. I'm just thinking back to that episode they did together for that Love documentary, when he was trying to talk and I think she jumped in and tried to say something, and he was like, he pretty much kind of told her like he needed to talk. But I think that was probably what was going on in their relationship, that Tia just needed so much validation, so much, she needed someone who was constantly there emotionally for her. Because if you watch her show, all her friends, them bringing Jackie, her friends, her cousin, all these people are coming there to cuddle her.
Now, shout out to Justly Said on TikTok. I want to give her a shout out. She said something very interesting. She was like, listen, Tia Mowry seems that she needs to be with somebody who can basically cuddle her, who can spend a lot of time on her. She's always around these old friends that are spending a lot of time, trying to make her feel better. And I believe this is the kind of person that she needs. And maybe when Corey Hardrick wasn't willing to do that as much anymore, that could have ended the relationship. And the reason that they broke up, we still don't know. She's never really talked about it on the show. She still talked about him on the show. But hey, we don't really know why Tia Mowry ended it. But hey, listen, if you need somebody who is, so emotionally draining, and anybody who has somebody like that before, it's a terrible person to be in a relationship with. However, I was also looking at something else when it comes to breakups.
Someone's asking, what do you think about getting back together with your ex? So here's what I'd say. Not knowing anything about the situation, let's talk about exes for a second. You should only get back together with your ex if both of you are committed to working on the problems that made you exes. It's not about them having changed or you having changed. Both of y'all have to be committed to fix whatever crap caused y'all to break up in the first place. And if people are committed to that change, then it's not a bad idea, knowing nothing else about the situation. But if people aren't committed to that change, then you're in trouble.
Now, shout out to the psychiatrist. It's a very logical answer. A person should only get back with their ex if both parties are looking to work through what made them exes in the first place. It's a very unique answer. I've never heard it before like this, but of course it makes absolute sense. If we're exes and we're not willing to work on what made us exes in the first place, then it doesn't make sense. But then I have a question for you, Tia. Why is Tia Mowry reaching out to her ex-boyfriend to give him a second chance? Now, as we know, Corey Hardrick is the ex-husband, not the ex-boyfriend. There was a man by the name of Charles that she was recently seeing since her and Corey Hardrick broke up, but she stopped the relationship. Now she's calling him, asking him out for another date. She's saying this, "Sad music! I just wanted to call you and say I know that I originally said I wanted to take some time, to myself, but I actually was hoping that I don't know, maybe we could continue getting to know one another and hang out." Now, She called off the relationship because she said things were moving too fast. And she also said this: I know I had ended things because I thought things were moving too fast, but I'm starting to realize, Tia, you actually have control over the situation. You are the one that can move at whatever pace you want to go, whether this was Charles or anyone else for that matter. Now, this is interesting. Tia wants to be in control, not just in control of her life. No, Tia wants to be in control of everyone that is around her. And the reason why she wants to give this guy Charles a chance is for one or two reasons. Maybe this guy wants to spend his energy on worshiping her, or two, nobody really wants her and this is her only opportunity. But she's already having second guesses about this guy by the name of Charles, which leads me to believe she definitely has many second guesses about Corey Hardrick. But the issue is twofold here. Number one, Tia is so dependent on somebody thinking about her. Relationships are give and take. You see, Tia Mowry's first issue is everything is about her and it's not about how the other person feels. Of course, most of us are living this life for ourselves and we want to be, pampered. We think that we're special and we want to be treated really nice. And it's always good to treat people nice. And in fact, I believe that many of you get value out of doing nice things for others. I think that's a great thing. But at some point, we need to also do things for other people and see how they feel, especially if we're in relationships, whether it's business or pleasure. The second part is what? Well, as a psychiatrist said, both parties have to be concerned about why you're an ex and be willing to work towards that. Tia is concerned only about how she is feeling. She's not concerned about how the guy is feeling. And I wanted to play the clip there, but I don't want to risk getting demonetized. But she's only calling the guy because, listen, I'm ready to talk to you, not necessarily considering if the man wants to talk to her because, well, his feelings don't really matter. It's because I'm ready to go along with it. And since I'm ready to go along with it, it'd be a great idea if you're ready to go along with it. But she should look at the fact that, hey, listen, this is a person that I hurt. What can I do to make sure that this person can stay in my life? Otherwise, my problems with relationship is fundamental. It's kind of like watching, a guy play quarterback in the NFL and his release is just too slow and he has a hell of an arm and he's athletic, but the release is slow and the ball sails and he's not accurate. And until he fixes that, he's not going to be a good quarterback. He's not going to be a great quarterback. He'll show flashes, but he just won't do it. And he has a fundamental problem that needs to be fixed. And Tia Mowry has a fundamental problem that just needs to be fixed. And she's not willing to fix it. So she's going to continue to have the same repetitive problem, thinking that the world is about her, and it's not. And every guy out there that can give a lot, that has a lot of money, you've probably gotten that money because you're always doing things for other people. That's kind of how you get more money, right? You get rich and to become successful, it's typically about you doing things for others and showing more value. And that's how money comes about. You don't get money by doing the opposite way, unless you're a childhood star like Tia and you believe that everything is about you. And she wants to give this guy a second chance, but if he's smart, he should say, hell no, to the no, 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 hell to the no. Well, guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.